sharing this amazing QHHT session where the client regressed to a past life, the Caspian Sea, where there was an earthquake and it was not understood what earthquakes were at the time. And she was a father in this past life and saved her kids, his kids, but was not able to save his wife and carried that guilt forward. Enjoy the session and please leave feedback.
Rooftops, flat rooftops.
You're still coming down.
I'm still coming down. I'm down.
What do you see there?
Okay, it looks very like the buildings you'd see in a desert. So the buildings are tan, the doorways are arched, the walkway is paved, but not by bricks. It's something else.
The walkway?
Yeah, there's a walkway between the buildings where I'm at.
That's where you're at now?
Yes.
So you're standing on the walkway?
Yes.
So you're between the buildings?
I am. Okay. And I can't get a feel for if they're close together or far apart from each other. I just...
Describe the building that's closest to you.
The one is 2 or 3 stories tall. This is 2 stories, but then it has a little added thing at the top. Like maybe to crawl up and see higher, but not a room. And then it's got arched doorways and arched windows. And it's all very bland.
The environment is bland?
Yeah, everything, there's no color, everything looks very uniform. Different sizes, different heights, but just looks very similar.
Okay.
And the walkway, very tan blocks.
You feel like it's blocks of some sort?
Yeah. It's larger. It's not larger than a brick. It's like like a cement block. Like.
Okay. How's the temperature?
It's comfortable.
Okay.
It's not hot. It's not cold. It's warm, but not hot.
Yeah. And there's multiple buildings?
Yes, it's a big city. I can't see how big, but it's a larger city. There's quite a bit of buildings.
So this pathway that you're talking about, explain the pathway?
There's nothing on it. It's just a pathway. It's just it's not perfectly flat and not perfectly even. It's a road, but I don't see, there's no cars, there's no wagons, there's nothing with wheels. It's just a roadway to walk down. Like,
is it big enough for some type of transportation?
It is. It's actually pretty wide. Okay. It's all clean. It's all very neat and tidy, and there's nothing. There's nothing. It's just very bland.
Can you tell where this path goes?
You keep walking. It's just the same thing over and over and over. It's just more of the same. I don't know where it goes. It just seems to never end.
Do you see any people or anything? Animals?
When you said it, all of a sudden they popped in.
Okay.
And now there's crowds of people.
Yeah.
It's like there was nobody there. It was completely vacant. Now there's crowds of people.
Okay. What do the people look like?
The guys have turbans on their heads. The women have scarves over their heads. They all have, I don't know what you call them, but long robes type look. Very Middle Eastern looking.
Okay.
area. Everybody's just walking, and there's a few push carts. There's, vendors that are selling stuff, little carts of stuff.
What types of things are they selling?
Fruit. Probably, yeah, some vegetables, fruit and vegetables.
You can see the fruit and vegetables?
Yes. And then there's some lines here and there of something hanging. It's probably some dried meat. Looks like a dried meat. And what else? Let's see. There's people buying and selling things and talking, and nobody's in a hurry. Very relaxed.
What are you doing?
I'm just observing it all. I'm just walking and noticing all the details of the place. I don't feel like I have anywhere to go or anything to do.
You don't feel like you do?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Feel like I'm hanging out.
When you look down at the ground, you can see the pathway. These blocks.
I'm sorry?
These blocks. You can see these blocks.
Yes.
Can you see anything else? Do you see your body? You see your feet?
I see my feet. I have pants, but they're very flared. They're divided in the middle, so they're more like pants, but they look like a robe, kind of.
Okay.
And my shoes are flat with just a little something, I'm assuming leather underneath, and they're hand sewn. They're not much of a covering, but they're, protect my feet. It's very thin. My clothes are very thin and lightweight and silky feeling.
Yeah.
I have a couple layers on. I have a turban on my head.
Okay.
And I have a scarf, or there's a name for it, but I don't know, that's across my shoulders.
Do you get a sense of if you're male or female?
Definitely appears to be male.
Okay. And you get a sense of if you're young or old?
Maybe early 20s. Does that feel right? No, I'm going to say a little bit older. Somewhere late 20s, early 30s, maybe.
Okay.
That'd be my best guess.
And you can see people around you, and this is like a market?
Yes.
Are you carrying anything?
No, I'm not. I don't seem to have anything that I'm supposed to be doing.
Just wandering?
Yeah, that's all I can see.
Are you by yourself?
I am.
Do you know any of these people?
They're all kind of a blur. Like they kind of melt into each other. I don't feel like I know them. Yeah, there's so many people, and you can't know them all.
Yeah.
It's
like a busy city.
Yeah.
And you're just walking down the pathway.
I am. I've got a sash around my waist that flows down. And I'm more white colored.
The sashes?
The clothes are more white colored. The sash is more of a tan, but then it's sewn with a lot of fine detail in the sash of different. It has a lot of different colors in it. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Red and orange and a little blue.
Those are the colors that are sewn into it?
Yes. So there's a drop off. So looks like I'm on top of a hill a little bit, but it goes up higher and it goes down lower. So I'm kind of more in the middle.
In the city?
In the city, yeah.
Okay.
There's a there's a retaining wall, I guess I'd call it, on the pathway that I'm walking on. And then I can look below, and there's more buildings below me, and I can turn around and look up, and there's more buildings above me there.
Do you get a sense of how you feel right now?
I feel peaceful.
Yeah.
I feel relaxed and peaceful. Like if it's a Sunday stroll and you have nothing to do, nowhere to go, and you're just out enjoying the beautiful weather, and you're just passing time away and exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like I know where I'm going. I'm not lost, but it's not a familiar place. It's not where, if I live there, I haven't lived there very long.
Yeah. Do you get a sense of where you live?
Up higher. Okay, I guess I live in the city there. I live up higher. I don't live in the exact area I'm in now. I'm exploring right now. I'm learning the area. I guess I feel like I'm new to the area.
Okay.
So I'm learning my way around and just exploring what's out there. Yeah, I'm a younger man. I don't feel like I'm married. I feel like I'm just.
And you're new to the area.
Yeah. I just.
So you said you were walking kind of up a hill.
I was walking. I think it felt more like I was walking down the hill. But at first I couldn't tell it was on a hill. Like all the buildings I'm below them, so I can't really see anywhere. Okay. But then I kept walking, and I got to a point where I could see up the hill and see down the retaining wall, down to more houses below me. So I feel like I was up the hill where I started from where I lived, and now I'm walking down and exploring.
So you're walking away from where you live?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
There's something you want to explore?
Yes. I'm just trying to find my way around, so I don't have anywhere to go and anything else to do, so this is a good time.
Do you see something that you were interested in as you're walking?
Well, as soon as you said that, I seen this cover that was kind of golden looking. It had fringe on the ends, kind of shimmered in the light, like sparkly. I'm admiring it because it's really, really beautiful.
Cover?
Yes.
Like a blanket type cover?
I'm trying to figure out if it's a rug or a cover.
Okay.
If it's a rug, it's a thin rug. It could be a cover. I'm not sure.
But it's very pretty.
It's beautiful. Golden, sparkly.
The fringe.
Everything about it is very sparkly.
Yeah.
It's got other colors in it too, but the gold
standing out.
Sparkly is what you most notice.
Okay. Is that the only cover there?
Yeah, I don't see anything else. It's just that one. And they got it hanging up across the line.
Is this something that is for sale or at the market, or?
Seems like it. It seems like there's a lady sitting on the ground next door, right nearby, and she's got other things laying on the ground, and she's trying to sell her pottery that she made. And then one thing that she has is to sell that rug. I think it's a rug.
Okay.
And she's just trying to sell that too, but that's not really primarily what she sells. Most of it is the pottery that she makes.
Yeah, and you're interested in this rug.
It's very pretty, yeah. I'm trying to figure out what I could do with it.
What would you do with it?
If I bought it, I'd have to carry it around until I went home.
You're not ready to go home? I'm
not ready to go home. So I think I leave it alone and think I might look at it again when I come back by.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to end up coming back by, so it might be another day.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go a different way home, so I can just keep going and don't
Where else do you want to go?
I keep walking down.
Okay.
It's kind of around. I feel like I'm walking around, and it's at an angle, but it keeps going down. And the retaining wall continues to stay on my right hand side. It's still there with buildings below and above.
Below and above the retaining wall?
Yes.
Okay.
Like there's buildings down below, and then
Mhm.
there's a retaining wall, and then there's the road, and then there's buildings on the other left side of me and on up the hill.
So the city is built on a hill.
It looks like it, yeah.
Okay. And you're walking down.
Yes.
What's down at the bottom?
An ocean or a sea. It's a large body of water. There's a beach.
So the city is seaside?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was walking down to get to the beach, I guess.
Mm.
And I just go down and enjoy the beach a little bit, but I'm still by myself.
Yeah. There's other people around you, though.
Yes. There's less people down by the beach.
What does the beach look like?
A lot of seashells, a lot of sand, very light blue. Kind of feels like it should be called a sea, not a ocean.
Okay.
Why
do you say that?
I don't know. I just keep getting I keep getting Caspian Sea.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I hear.
Okay.
Um,
And you like this beach?
yes. It's very nice to hang out by and just walk around, and I think I took off my shoes. I must have taken off my shoes to walk in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just taking it all in and enjoying my day. I think this was my primary goal to get to here.
To get to the beach?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move that scene. Let's leave that scene and move to an important day. Move forward to an important day.
Okay.
A day that you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved forward to an important day. What is happening? What do you see?
I'm getting married.
Okay.
I'm in white, but she is wearing colors, a lot of colors.
Okay.
I can see us both. We both got dark hair. Hers is up in a bun.
You can see both of your hair now.
Yeah, I've got short brown, dark brown hair. And she's got hair must be really long because the bun is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And she's draped in layers and layers of material, for lack of a better way to say it. She just lots of draping of material for her dress.
Okay.
And I'm just more simple with the white top and white pants, loose fitting. And I have a sash, and I have something across my shoulders.
This is a different sash?
Yeah, it's more plain. It wasn't so colorful.
Mm. Are you inside somewhere?
And no, outside.
You're outside?
Yeah. I mean, there's forms that go over our heads here and there, but it's like a building without a roof.
Okay. Like a courtyard or something?
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's other people around you?
There is. Everybody's enjoying the wedding. Everybody's having fun and cheering and dancing and just smiles and having fun.
How are you feeling about this wedding?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm very happy to be getting married.
Yeah. Why?
Because I really like her. She's beautiful and she makes me happy, and we get to choose each other. Apparently, I don't think you normally get to choose who you marry, and I'm getting to choose who I marry, and she's getting to choose who she marries.
Why are you getting to choose?
Because I don't have parents there to choose for me. So I get to make my choices myself because I don't have somebody to choose for me.
Because you're not from that area?
Yes.
Or is it that area that you're in that it's okay?
I'm not sure. It seems weird that I'm choosing my wife, but
Okay.
so I don't think that that's normal.
Yeah, but you said she gets to choose also.
Well, I think her parents let her choose because I chose her, and her parents were like, yeah, that works for me. They were okay with that.
Okay.
That marriage, they were fine with it. It works for them. I think I'm probably pretty well off, so it's a good thing it's good for her to marry me
Okay.
because I won't have any problems taking care of her.
Are you in the same city?
In a different part of the city, but it is still the same city.
Okay.
Yes.
So you met her there?
Yes, I believe so.
And you're excited about this?
Yes, I am.
Why did you choose her?
Because she's kind, and I don't want to say this, but she's obedient. um, and I can see having children. We will have beautiful children. We both want a lot of children.
Okay.
I don't know. She's just ideal for me.
Okay. Is there something else you want to see from this scene? Let's leave this scene and move forward to another important day. A day you consider to be important when something is happening. We've now moved forward to an important day. What is happening?
I see so many different things. I mean, I've seen kids, but then I've seen death, and I see some kind of a destruction. I have a hard time figuring this one out.
Slow down and tell me about the kids.
Well, there's little kids, and I think they're mine. But they're still pretty little, like 4 years old, one of them, varying ages, but a couple of kids, but there's something else going on too.
Okay.
But I think the kids are mine. They seem like it.
Just describe what you see.
I see a building crashing down, but I'm on the outside of it. It's not like I'm inside of it, but
Okay.
but it doesn't seem like it's just crumbling because of deterioration. Like there's something happening to crash it. And I'm in shock. I'm trying to figure out what to do or what's going on. I'm confused.
Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm grabbing my kids, as many as I can grab. Apparently there's a lot. And I'm grabbing them in my arms, and I'm running away. I don't see my wife, just me and a couple of the kids.
Is the building that is collapsing one you're familiar with?
I don't know. I feel like I live next door, just not there.
Okay.
So I guess it must be.
Yeah. So you're grabbing your kids.
And I'm going to get away. I'm trying to get as far away from whatever's going on as I can.
What do you hear?
The crashing noise.
Of the building?
Yes. It must be more than just one building. There must be a lot of buildings crashing down because there's a lot going on. People are running, but there's not a lot of people. I don't know where everybody is.
Is everybody running?
The ones that I see, we're all running away together, kinda.
Can you see why the buildings are collapsing?
like a bomb, but it's not a bomb. Something is causing it.
Does it seem like it's environmental or an attack of some sort?
I kind of feel like I'm just confused and don't know.
Okay.
I,
But you just know you want to get away.
yeah, I just know I need to go that direction because nothing's going on over there. It looks safer.
Okay. So you're going there and you've got your kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just that flight. Just go. There's no
Just run.
thought. There's no grab what you can, grab the kids that you can. They're in my arms. One's following behind, and we're just going endlessly.
Anything specific that you're thinking about?
Where my wife is, I seem to be really confused and worried about her.
Yeah.
I have no idea where she is. I don't know if she was in it. I don't know if she's still at home safe. I don't know if she's waiting for me to come get her.
Yeah.
I just grabbed the kids and ran. I guess I feel guilty because I didn't go back and look for her, but it was more just do what I can and go.
That'd be a hard choice, hard decision when you have your kids with you.
Right? So yeah, I feel anxiety in me right now.
Yeah. But you're getting away from the collapsing buildings.
It seems like it, yeah. We're going down to the beach, it looks like.
Okay. Is that where a lot of people are going?
There's not a lot of people. There's a few. It doesn't seem like any great groups.
Do you seem surprised about this? Do you feel surprised about the people, or does it feel that feels normal?
No, there's so many people in this town. It does not seem normal that they're not running with me.
Okay.
There should be more people. I mean, there's not always more people down by the beach, but on the way to the beach, on the way there should be more people. There's not.
You feel like other people should be fleeing also,
Yes.
and they're not.
Right.
Do you feel like it's that they're not fleeing, or that there's just not people?
I am so confused. I don't know.
Okay.
Were they trapped? How did I get out?
Yeah.
Where? I don't
Do
know.
you feel like you got out?
Yes, I feel like I did. I feel like I just had the right place, right time. I got the right road. Everything just worked out for me. Like it was, that was set just for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of the other people, I mean, a few, yeah, there's people running and crying and huddling, but there's not a lot.
Is there something else you feel like you need to do in this scene?
I don't know what I need to do. I just hanging onto my kids, huddling with them, just trying to figure out what happened.
Well, let's move forward to where what has happened has already happened, and you understand more of what's going on. Tell me what's happening. What's happened?
Okay. I feel like I gotta calm down first.
Yeah. The collapse happened, and you got out of there. What's happening?
Okay, so it's me and my kids. Everybody's crying and some people are kind of beat up. What happened? I have a feeling it was an earthquake, but I feel like I didn't know what an earthquake was.
Okay.
So it's really, really confusing for me because I didn't know this was possible. So I'm just completely.
That would be very confusing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely had no idea this was something that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
So I still don't even understand what an earthquake was. It's just,
Yeah.
how does this happen?
Yeah. That's the feeling you're feeling is how did this happen?
Right.
How did this happen?
Yes.
Okay. Are you talking to anyone?
Oh gosh, I just feel like I'm clinging to my kids.
Okay.
I feel like.
Do you have all of your kids?
I think I do. I can't think of anyone that I don't have, except for my wife. My wife is still missing. but I don't know of any kids that are missing. It seems like I had them. I think we were all together when it happened.
Were you at your home when it happened?
We were outside. We weren't in the house. We were outside playing. I'm thinking my wife may have been inside cooking. I was playing with them when it happened.
Yeah.
And now thinking back, I'm thinking my house went down. I just remember the house across the road, down the road, whatever, going down. I didn't actually see my house going down, but I think I know that it did. And I think that I know that my wife was in it.
She was in it.
Yeah.
So that's making you feel what?
I feel a lot of anxiety. I feel it in my chest. Yeah. I felt it in my stomach for a while, but now I feel it in my chest.
Yeah. You don't have to feel any of those physical sensations right now. You can just talk about it. So you feel, I know that you say you feel anxiety, but are you feeling something about your wife?
Oh yeah, I'm devastated. Okay. What am I going to do? How am I, there's nowhere to go, everything's gone. At least everything I'm seeing. I mean, I feel like there's something, not everything is gone, but just everything that I'm used to is gone. Yeah. Now I've got these kids. What am I going to do? There's no people.
Yeah. Because you feel like a lot of people were lost.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot.
And you're just confused and thinking about what you're going to do.
Yep. I'm totally unprepared for this. Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing I ever heard of possible.
Yeah. Let's leave that scene. Okay. And let's move forward to another important day, a day you consider to be important when something is happening.
Okay.
Move forward to an important day. What's happening?
I'm an old man in a bed. I think I'm dying.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I lived a really long life after that. I think I'm older than usual. I'm in almost feel like it's like a hut. It's low. It has a very low ceiling with a arched door, but it's wider. It's not like the city that I was just in. I can't see what's outside of it though.
Yeah, because you're laying in the bed.
Yes.
And you feel old now?
Yeah, I feel really old, like older than most.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm laying on my bed.
Are you by yourself?
At the moment I am, but I feel like my kids are probably around. My kids are old too. So yeah, we're all old. My kids are, in their own places now. So I'm ready to go. It's time.
And they're not in there with you, but you know they're old.
I know. Yeah, they're around. I feel like they're too far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you feeling sick?
I'm feeling weak. I feel like I don't want to get up again. I just want to be done. I've had a nice life.
Yeah.
It's just I'm tired and I'm ready to go. Just that simple.
Yeah. Well, let's move away from that day.
Okay.
Let's move away from whatever has already happened in that life, and you're on the other side of it. From that position, you can look back at the entire life and see it from a different perspective. Every life has a lesson and a purpose. As you look at the life, what did you learn from it?
The guilt keeps coming up to me.
Okay.
I keep feeling guilty.
Yeah.
I don't
Guilty?
know. Yeah, I guess guilty that I left my wife.
Okay.
It's the only thing I think I regret.
So, what did you learn from that?
What did I learn from it? Okay, it was her time to go. It wasn't my time to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't feel guilty. She was happy. She left happy.
Mm-hmm.
When it was time to go, she was happy.
Yeah.
I shouldn't feel guilty, but I had a hard time with that.
So that was a lesson.
I think so. I mean, that's the only thing that I hear is just not to be guilty, not to feel guilt because it was meant to be.
Okay.
So,
What do you think the purpose of that lifetime
was to learn from, negative things are not always negative. They're good things come out of it. They're pre-planned, and it's okay to let go. That's it. It's okay to let go.
Okay to let go.
Yep, that's it.
That was the purpose.
It was planned. It was supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hang on to that. Okay. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Let's drift away from that life.
Okay.
We're drifting and floating away from that life, leaving him there to continue on his journey. We're leaving him there to continue on his own path. Now I want all of the consciousness and personality of Lisa to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into the body. May I speak to the subconscious, please?
Yes.
I have permission to speak to the subconscious?
Yes, you do.
You chose to bring forward this life for her to see. Why did you pick that lifetime?
To let go of the guilt.
What guilt?
She holds guilt that's not hers.
What do you mean?
It's like part of me wants to be emotional and the other part of me is very firm. That's weird.
The emotional part, just let it observe.
Okay. She holds guilt, but it's not hers to hold.
Where does this guilt come from?
Where does the guilt come from? It comes from that lifetime where she left her wife.
Is she still holding that?
She's still holding it.
Why is she still holding that?
Because she could have just went inside and she feels she didn't do it. She couldn't have done it. She doesn't understand that she couldn't have just ran in and grabbed her wife and just took her too. It was meant to be. It was not her choice to save her wife. It was her job to save the kids. That's it. Nobody else.
Yeah.
And she couldn't let that go. Let go. It's done. It's over. It's not your fault.
Does that hold any purpose in this life for her?
She hangs on to things too tightly. She can't let go. She's got to let everybody live their life and not control it. What's going to happen? They'll die. That's okay.
Because they're supposed to when it's their time.
Exactly. She knows it in her mind.
She's trying to control that?
Yes.
Who? Who is she trying to control?
Her family, everybody in her immediate life.
She needs to let that go.
Yeah. She's just trying to protect them.
Yeah.
They don't need to be protected.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Let them fail. Won't hurt anything. What's worse that'll happen? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You totally just let it go. Let them live their life.
So you wanted her to see that life?
Yes. To understand where it came from.
Okay. And then she doesn't need that now.
Let it go. Yeah, let it go.
Will she let that go now?
It'll take a while. It'll take her a while. She doesn't learn easy.
Yeah. But you can help her with that.
Yeah, she will.
When will she?
Depends on her. Depends on if she's how willing she is. I think she's gonna let it go pretty quick. I don't know.
She doesn't need it anymore.
No. I'm getting a feel for I can see her. I can see it opening now.
Yeah.
I think the longer we're here, I think the more she's like, okay.
I don't need that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's going.
Okay.
I think that's going to go pretty quick.
Where will she notice that?
In her chest.
In her chest?
If she lets it go, she will feel better in her chest. If she lets it go, that's where the vibration is coming from.
Okay.
Is in her chest.
Is that the panic that she's been talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
And so once she's just got to let that go. Once that goes,
the panic goes.
It all goes. Yes, it's all gone.
So that is it the control that's sort of causing her to feel that in the chest then?
Oh yeah, she's hanging on so tight.
Okay. So if she lets go of that control and she lets go of that vibration.
Yes. That would go away.
That was one of her first questions was, how can she stay calm?
Just let it go. It is what it is. It's kind of confusing her because she's told, just let it go. It is what it is. Don't be bothered by it. But then she's also told that she needs to engage. And how do you engage and let it go?
What do you mean she's told?
By the school that she goes to, she's been told that she needs to be more emotional.
Okay.
So that confuses her to be emotional and unemotional to let it go.
That does sound confusing. So what should she do? Should I remove the sweater here? Feeling okay?
Yeah, I just got hot. Yeah. That's all. Just got a little hot.
So what should she do then? That does sound confusing.
She has to exhibit her emotions in order to let it go. So the only way she knows how to flesh it out is to show emotion, and then it lets it go. So by showing emotion, that's what she's been missing, is she doesn't understand that showing emotion is how it goes away.
That's a part of the process.
That's part of the process of letting it go. She just feels like being indifferent is letting it go. But it's not being indifferent. It's releasing through emotion. She needs to learn how to release through her emotions.
Is that something she's done before?
Yes, sometimes. It's,
I was thinking maybe if you could give her an example of the time she's done it before so she could know, okay, this is what I could do again. This is the way I'd need to do it.
okay, let's see. Well, the time that her and her husband weren't getting along, and she finally exploded on him, and she just cried and told him exactly what the problems were, and she cried some more, and she yelled at him, and she got it all out, and it got so much better. It got when she gets better, he gets better. So she had to yell at him, she had to scream at him, she had to cry at him to make it work. And
She had to express herself.
Yes.
Did she have to react in this with that form of expression? Do you feel like she needed to have that type of reaction?
Yes, because she held it in for way too long.
Okay. But going forward, does she need to have that reaction or does she just need to express herself?
She needs to express herself. She holds it all in.
Okay.
That's part of hanging on too tight. She holds it in, but then nobody thinks she likes them. Like nobody thinks she likes them if she holds it in, and she needs to express her love, care, like feelings.
So she's actually getting the opposite reaction than what she wants by
Yes,
holding it in.
exactly. Yeah. So by letting it out doesn't mean not having feelings. It means expressing her feelings.
Okay.
To let it out.
Is that what's going on with her thyroid too?
Yes. Okay. She needs to talk.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Mm-hmm.
So is that something that she'll have a better understanding of now of what to do?
Yeah.
You feel like she'll do that?
Yeah, she has a lot of learning to do, but she's getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this will help immensely.
So this confusion that you're talking about that is sort of coming from what you're saying that seems to be different from what she's learning. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well,
because one of her questions was also about if she is, is going to the School of Metaphysics a good place for her to learn.
it is. It's not the only place.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good place.
Okay.
It has its good points and it has its bad points. It's not perfect.
Okay.
But there's nothing that's perfect.
Sure.
It's up to her. She can stay there. If she decides to leave, that's fine. There's other places. She'll find them. She already has some other ideas, too, that she knows of that sounds interesting to her. They're fine, too. It's just different doors to the same place. It's just different openings to get to the same place.
Which is?
To understand the self, to go in, to understand inside.
Mm-hmm. Is she trying to understand you?
Oh,
or
yeah.
more than that?
But there's no more than that. On me, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.
But she's trying to understand the higher plane. Okay. She's still trying to understand. She doesn't know what the grasp are because it's beyond her realization at this time.
Is that something she needs to do?
She'll get there. It doesn't matter where she goes. She's on the path, and there's no turning back.
She seems to be a little frustrated about the, I don't know, impatient, I guess, would be.
Yeah. I mean, if she did the work, she'd be there. Simple as that.
So, should she do the work now?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Make time. Just She can make the time.
How should she do that?
Prioritizing, she knows how to do it. It's been discussed enough. It's kind of overwhelming. I think that's what it is. It's a lot of stuff being thrown at her at once, and she's not used to it, and she's trying to slow down the progression by not doing everything she's supposed to be doing in order to grow, because she's still a little overwhelmed by the speed at which she's progressing.
Are you talking about them, for lack of a better word, the metaphysical pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's coming at her faster than what she's ready, what she's prepared for.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Whenever she gets there, it's not a race. She'll get there when she's ready.
But at the same time, she's impatient.
Mm-hmm. She wants to be able to do what other people can do. She'll get there.
Why does she want that?
She's excited about learning. She loves learning new things. And when you don't see the result immediately, she gets impatient. It'll be there, it'll get there. She'll either do it on this time or that time. Eventually she'll get there. She is determined and driven to get there. Just how long it's going to take isn't a question that only she can answer. But it'll get there.
Yeah. Do you feel like she should put more time into it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way for us to communicate with her. So the more time she puts into it, the more we can communicate with her. And the more happier she'll be that we're communicating with her.
She does seem to be struggling with the best way to communicate in general. She's doing some meditations and stuff, but it feels like she's not feeling like she's getting out of it what she's...
She does better with some meditations than others. The school is teaching her this one particular method that's just not working for her. Why do it that way? Do it her own way. Whatever works for her.
What's a better way? What is the way she should do it? Because she wants to connect with you, I feel. What would be a good way for her to do that?
Guided meditation isn't bad. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
It worked really well for her before she went to the school. And then she went to the school and they're like, no, don't do it that way. Do it our way. And it's just not working as well for her. So go back and forth. Mm-hmm. Go to the guided meditation sometimes and then do it their way sometimes. Try new things. Do it different ways. She's got to find out what works best for her. And there's no one way. There's different things that work good for her. And so she's got to keep doing different things because they'll get stale if she only does one thing.
Yeah.
And so just keep trying new things. Try to do different ways. Learn from other places. They're not the only place that she can learn from. And
do you have a suggestion?
Of other places?
Yeah, another thing you feel like would be a good connection for her.
There's a place that she's interested in, but she's got to find time to do it.
Yeah.
That's going to be her problem. It'd be worth exploring, and she knows what it is. I think it's off a page, if I remember right.
Okay.
And she knows because she's looked at it before. So yeah, she'll figure it out. Just go try it, see if it resonates. If it doesn't, fine. If it does, great.
But you feel like it would resonate?
I don't know. Maybe.
What about it would she feel connected to?
I think there's connections there. I'm not saying that that is or isn't the place for her, but there's connections there that would be good for her.
Okay.
I think it's just a stepping stone.
Gotcha.
That's what it seems like, yeah.
What about something that she's not familiar with yet that you could tell her that she should check into?
Be open for those connections that I'm speaking of. But you got to be observant. They're not always obvious.
Like what?
Like people who can help her.
That's really good. What do you mean by that?
There are certain people that are meant to meet her. But if she's not paying attention, she won't notice them.
She did say that she struggles with the details. So what can we do to help her with that so that she will be more observant and she will notice those connections, those people?
She needs to slow the chatter in her mind. She brushes over and misses so many things because of that constant chatter. If she meditates more, that'll slow down.
Okay.
You know, she's be more observant to details.
And that's something you can help her with now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What will you do?
Keeping her calm. As long as she's calm, she can appreciate the details and notice those finite details that she doesn't need. We don't want her to miss.
So in letting go of the control that you talked about earlier will help her to remain calm.
All the same thing. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's it.
Is there any person in particular that you feel like she's had that connection with that she's overlooked?
There's a connection. I don't think she's overlooked it. She knew immediately.
Okay.
It was a guy that she met at the school. He was just there one time, and she knew he was glowing. She can't stop thinking about him. He was floating through the room, literally felt like he was floating through the room.
Okay.
And she knew he was important, and he is important. Not right now, but she'll keep an eye out for him because he will be important. And she knew it immediately. It's like one of those people where you just want to go hang out with and listen to everything he has to say.
What do you mean he's not important right now?
It's not time.
She's not ready?
She's not ready. He's too far advanced at the moment. There would be no she felt it. She knows that there's something, but it wouldn't be a real connection to learn.
So what does she need, if she's not ready for that connection, what does she need to learn from that experience for other connections that she may come across?
To access the higher levels, the higher dimensions. She doesn't have a clear path there yet. And without that, the connections to these people are irrelevant because they just won't stick.
Because she's not connected to you.
Yes. Yeah, she needs a more open pathway first. It'll come. It's just going to take some time.
When? How long do you think it'll take? I mean, I know it's a long process, that it's ever changing or growing, but to where she's at a place where she can sort of connect with some of these people.
I think it's a year.
Okay.
I hear a year. It depends. It could be more, could be less, could be totally off.
And it has to do with her letting go of the control.
Yeah, it just depends on her progress.
But you anticipate her letting go of this control pretty quickly.
I think so, yeah.
How will she recognize that?
Show the calmness, just the overall serenity in her life. She calms down, everybody else calms down. There's serenity.
What is something she could specifically do when that's rising, when that vibration is coming in to remind her, hey, you need to let go here? What is something that she should do?
Deep breathing, kind of a guarantee right there. If she's able to meditate, great, perfect, wonderful. Definitely do it. If she's not, just deep, slow breathing and focus on the moment, not whatever's triggering her. Just focus on whatever is right in front of her, right here, right now.
So being present.
Yes.
Okay. That's really helpful. I think that'll be really helpful for her.
Mm-hmm.
Why did the word parallelogram come to her? What does that mean for her?
Unity of opposites. She needs to understand, and she's totally figured this out already.
Mm-hmm.
She's totally figured this out. You need to understand that there's good, there's bad, and as soon as the bad happens, the good happens, and you just gotta flow through it. It's a unity, it's a dance, it's a constant flow. It's not a battle. Stop making it a battle. Just flow with it and allow it to happen.
So why was that presented to her?
Because she gets stuck. She will hold it too tight. Let it go. Don't hold it tight. Just let it flow. When the bad happens, just let it go. Emotions. Use your emotions. Use your words.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the copper fire around the earth?
Trying to picture something.
This came to her in a dream?
Yes. It was a meditation. Something she needs to know. The warning.
Okay.
What is it? It's what kind of warning is it? To be prepared, warning to be prepared for. Warning to be prepared for what? For change? A warning to be prepared for change. What kind of change?
Why is she being given this warning?
Because at the change, it's her job. It's what she's there for.
Yeah.
To be a leader during the change. Be prepared for the change. She's going to step up, and that's why she's a born leader. That's the way she's always been in charge of everything, because that's going to be her job. People will trust her, and they'll follow her, and she can help them.
So, why is she ready for that now? Is she ready to be? I mean, obviously she's been given this warning, so in some level, obviously she's ready. But there's other places you're saying she's not ready. So I'm just wondering if you could help us to understand that a little bit better.
Well, it's either trial by fire or prepare. It could go either way. It's up to her.
So you're giving her that option.
Yes. Yeah, that's totally up to her. She'll figure it out.
How does this play into the control piece? Because if she's needing to let go of the control, but she also needs to be a leader, be able to manage.
Yeah, you can't control people and lead them. It's either or.
Yes.
And
I think that would be so helpful for her. Can you explain that? Like, how would she be seeing the difference?
lead by example. That's a big one. She knows it.
Okay.
Lead by example. Do not control. Let people be who people are. They're not always pleasant. They're not always beautiful. They're not always engaging. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just because they poke her doesn't mean she needs to react.
Yeah.
So let them be who they are, because that's their lesson. That's who they are.
And then show how they should act. Is that what you mean? How they should.
Just lead them. If you be who you're meant to be, either they will follow you or they won't. You can't make them.
Right.
You can't tell them that they're stupid. You just gotta do.
Is that something she does?
And she doesn't. She thinks it.
I gotcha.
She's nicer than that, but it does come across. Yeah.
That's what she wants to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just gotta be. You gotta be the right person.
And that's being true to who she is.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And let the rest go.
Another big question she had was, how can she learn to differentiate between truthful comments and things not for her highest good?
That's the connection that she has to get. It's not there yet. It's not fully open. She's working towards it. She'll know that when she gets it. No doubt in her mind. She will know it. And she gets little pieces of it now. And she feels very strongly about it for good reason, because she gets that. But the connection is not there yet.
What are some of those pieces so that we have it as on the recording as a reminder of, yes, you are on this path?
The visualizations that she gets.
Okay.
Her mom talking to her.
Okay.
The words. It's just pieces, because we don't have a good connection to her yet.
Okay.
So she's not getting the full effect. So yeah, now she's got to figure out what one word means, but we're talking to her, and the more we talk to her, the more she hears, the more she trusts herself, the more the connection opens up. And this is a cycle that she's going to have to just go through for a while.
Yeah.
As she learns.
Is she recognizing that progress yet?
Oh yeah. Okay. She's totally. She's seeing the synchronicities. in her daily life.
So again, back to the more time she puts into it, the more she's
Yeah.
going to get out of it.
Yeah. Trial by fire or nice, slow, and easy.
That part, that time piece seems to be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something specific that you feel like she needs to do about that? And she's talked about having this plan. Is that plan what she needs to do?
What plan?
A plan of growing her business and then putting the time into it.
Oh, that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. She can
Okay.
do both.
Okay.
She's got plenty of time.
Okay.
She's got plenty of time. For now, she's got plenty of time.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there's a deadline. There's always a deadline. She doesn't need to be worried about the deadline and doesn't even need to think about it. But for now, just do it. No problem. Just, she's got plenty of time. She can do it both. She can do both.
There's nothing about what's happening now that she needs to change.
Actually, she's in a really good place.
Okay.
She just has things that she's still not mature enough to know how to handle. And she's working through that.
What are those things? The control.
Yeah. It just how to let go and how to let people be people.
Okay.
Yeah, and not allowing them to trigger her. And just accepting who they are and how they are. Because they're always going to be somebody that doesn't drive.
Right.
And that's okay.
She's on her path.
Oh, definitely.
So, would you say, or could you say the answer to the question of what she's here to learn?
Well, it's still to let go. I mean, that's
Right.
the big one. Is there anything else in addition to letting go? Probably she just takes too much responsibility. Along with letting go, she needs to let go some of the responsibility. I think she needs to hear that. It's too much. Other people can handle things. Just let them be.
Mm-hmm. Is that something just let it happen, or is it she needs to delegate that?
That's both.
Okay.
Both would be, yeah. She needs to figure out both, but there's no one answer to that.
Okay.
It could be either or depending on each individual situation.
Okay, sure. Is there anything about that question, what am I here to learn, that goes back to this preparation, this leadership preparation, or is that something different?
The leadership preparation is innate. That's there.
Mm-hmm.
That came with her.
Mm-hmm.
She can't do anything about that. That is who
Right.
she is.
That's not something she needs to learn.
No, she needs to learn to let go. She doesn't need to learn to lead.
Gotcha.
What was?
No, I feel like that answered that question. She also did want to know, though, how can she trust herself?
Well, I kind of feel like that was answered.
I agree.
It was the connection and time and more practice.
And if she is doing it, she just needs to put more into it.
Yes.
How about just a little, I don't know, reminder that she could look for, or something, in her daily life to help her remember, yeah, you are trusting yourself.
Well, I'm not really sure, but while you were saying that, I'm seeing a butterfly. So that's the only thing that came to me at that moment, is just watching that butterfly. Does that answer your question?
Sure. Is that something that she sees often?
She sees dragonflies.
Okay. So the butterfly, at least in my experience, is a symbol of transformation.
Does that tell you anything?
Is that right? Is that why you say that?
And it's perfect. That's exactly what she's doing.
Well, she's probably gonna see a lot of those pretty soon. Okay, what about we kind of went off from this, but I feel like I put back in because I think it's pretty important for her. Maybe not as important. I don't know. I'll let you answer. But what is the best way to obtain information from the Akashic Records for her?
Well, it's the same thing, that connection, that open flow of coming and going information that she's going to learn. Trying to think if there's something more that would be helpful for that. In addition, paying attention to how her body reacts to what people say. She has to be more mindful of her senses. She has a sense of smell. The smell happens to her sometimes, but it's very weak. She smells smoke.
Okay.
It's a sign.
The smoke smell?
Yes.
Okay.
But she has other things. She has to pay attention, and they'll come to her.
That's being observant.
Yes, she has to watch her body very closely.
Why the Akashic Records? Why is this such a big thing for her?
Because she used to do it. She used to have straight on open access to the Akashic Records. And she wants to get that back. That's been her goal always, is to get that ability back.
When did she have that ability?
A long time ago.
Like a different lifetime.
Yes.
Okay. And she has a memory of this.
Yeah, and it drives her. And it's there for a reason. It's to drive her. That extra boost.
To drive her what?
To where her future lies, to where she's going. It's to give her that drive to learn more, that push, that need to learn.
So if she already had access to that, why would she not have it now? What is the reason that she would not have access to it now for learning more going forward?
She forgot it. But it feels like it wasn't just her. Like, a lot of people had that access, and a lot of people forgot it.
Okay. That makes sense.
And she wants it back because she remembers.
Is that a karmic thing that you're talking about there? When you said a lot of people, it made me think that.
I don't know if karmic's the right word. History pops up.
Okay. But something happened in history for many people to lose.
Yes. Yes. And she's one of them that lost her ability.
Okay. But is that something she needs right now?
She'll get it. I mean,
yeah.
It won't be the same as it was, but she'll get access to depends on where she's at any given time.
Yeah.
So she'll have access to it to the level at which she's at that point.
Yeah.
She has access to it now.
Right.
To the level she's at. It's just a different level.
She just has to get that flow of
Yeah.
connection back. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know about the Akashic Records for her?
It's one of her favorite places ever.
I'm getting that, yeah.
It's just a feeling of contentment that she's not used to having anymore. She gets little pieces of that feeling of contentment every now and then. And she wants more of it, but she's impatient. She wants it now. Gotta wait.
Yeah.
Gotta learn.
Right.
It'll come.
And I know this is probably going to fall in line with it too, but it's one of your questions. How can I best quiet my mind better to deepen my meditation?
Try different things.
Try different types of meditation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not everything works for her the same way it works for others.
Yeah.
She has a very busy mind.
Yeah. But you're going to help her with that a little bit, you said.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And she'll notice that? She'll notice that it's calmed down after leaving here today?
She will notice it immediately.
Okay. That's so great. Thank you. It's going to be a really big thing. So, some relationship questions. Like, what's the purpose of her relationship with her husband?
That letting go thing.
Okay.
She's got some big obstacles with him. It's a lifelong obstacle of ups and downs.
Okay.
And she's just got to express, let it out, let it go, and move on. He's having a hard time with where she's going, and he's still stuck. And
so what should she do about that?
Be patient with him. He's scared. You can't really do anything else.
Yeah.
Just be patient with him. He's fearful because he's been left alone so many times. He's afraid of being alone. So expressing, number one, expressing that she's not going to let him alone will calm his fears immensely, but you have to continually reiterate that to him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know that. He doesn't understand that. He's never had that. She's the first person, two, her and his sister. Only two people that's never left him.
Okay. So she plays an important role there for him too, it sounds like.
Yeah.
What about her relationship with Jake? What is that teaching her?
That's the one of letting go too, but in a different way. She's got to show him how to let go.
Because by modeling it?
Well, no. I mean, she already does model independence to him. He sees that. But he also sees his dad's neediness. So he's conflicted between dad's neediness and mom's independence. And where does he fit? He's somewhere in between. Just give him time. He will.
He's on his path.
Yeah. He's on a path. That could go either way. Depends on what he does. It's undetermined. I can't see where he's going to end up. But he'll be fine either way.
Right.
Absolutely fine. Just let him go on his path.
Where did Grant come from?
Where did Grant come from? Okay. I hear higher dimensional being, but not physically. That's his aura. He's here to help everybody. His job is to assist. His job is to teach. He's kind of stuck in his own little karma right now. He'll get out of it. It's just going to be maturing into it. She's teaching him. He's teaching her. It's a reciprocal. It's perfect match. They're learning from each other and growing. He's just got a lot of fear right now, and it's just an age-based fear. Mm-hmm. It'll grow, and with her growing, she'll pull him along a little bit, and then he'll grow some more.
Yeah.
So that's just as it should be. But he's more advanced. He's much more advanced. He just doesn't know it.
Come across the youth like that a lot. That it seems like somehow they need to ground to the earth first before they can grow into that sort of power and assistance that they're here to provide.
He needs to remember. Once he remembers a little more, then he'll know how to do that.
Yeah.
He's just got the forgetfulness. He's just forgotten. It's coming, though. He'll remember. It's coming. It's just when. I don't know. But it'll come. It'll come back to him.
Is there anything else she needs to do to help him?
Don't force her opinions on him because he'll back off and it'll take longer.
Yeah.
Just mention it and go on. And he'll take what he resonates with him and he'll leave what doesn't. I think she's doing a really good job with that. Fear, I think teaching him not to be afraid is a big thing though, because he has so much fear built up in him. And that wasn't always there. That came later.
Well, it seems like her fears come later also.
Yes, exactly. Yep. So, yeah, she's making it. He'll make it.
Yeah. What about her weight concerns? What can you tell us about that?
Well, she has a little work to do there too. Mm-hmm. But being calm makes a huge difference.
She wants to protect herself anymore.
Yeah. It's that same thing of not holding on so tight that will release the weight naturally. She's got to do her part. But I feel like that will happen more naturally once she lets go.
Does that have something to do with with the control and being somehow a relationship with food with control?
The control.
Because you said in letting go, she'll let go of some of that.
The weight is padding. The padding is protection. Mm-hmm. The protection is against people to protect her from people hurting her. Mm-hmm. And if she is overweight, she becomes invisible.
Right.
And then people don't see her to hurt her. They just go on about their business. They ignore her. Mm-hmm. So the more she's noticed, the more susceptible she feels that she is. But once this weight comes off this time, it's not going to happen like that anymore. That was when she was young. She's passed all those tests. She's done all that work. She's where she needs to be. As soon as the weight's going to come off with her working to help it, it'll be fine.
Where'd this start at?
Oh, it started when she was young. Her dad, her brother, her husband, different people have abused her in different ways and taken advantage of her. And it was her protection from all these varying people. It's all men. They've all taking something from her.
Why? Why all men?
Why men? Something to do with a lesson, but what is that lesson?
Is that something from this life?
Feels like a continuation.
Okay.
It feels like a repeated thing that she's going through. But I feel like she's getting over that. I feel like it's getting past her.
Okay. What is it? What do you mean by it's getting past her?
That's a hard one. So men have taken energy from her, but now she's so strong that they can't take energy from her anymore.
Okay.
But with that strength that she gained, she also is holding on tight. She needs to figure out the same thing, to let go, and she needs to understand that just because she's letting go doesn't mean that she's going to lose that strength that's going to stay with her.
Okay.
People cannot take advantage of her anymore. It's just impossible anymore. She's past that point. So by letting go and still remaining strong, she will learn that's past her. It's already happened. It's not going to happen again. She's learned the lesson. She's let it go. She's worked through that karma, and it's gone.
Okay.
And she doesn't need to be protected anymore.
So you're talking about the men piece or the weight piece?
Well, the weight piece, both. The weight is there for protection from the men.
Okay.
But she won't need protection. She'll lose the weight. She's strong enough she doesn't need the protection from the weight. And the men can't touch her anymore. She's not weak.
Yeah.
So she doesn't need protection anymore.
Is she dead?
No.
At some point?
Is she what?
She did need it at some point?
Yeah. I mean, that was her only mode of protection.
Okay. But she doesn't need that anymore.
No.
So what can she do to find the willpower to do what she needs to do to lose weight?
Um, find a willpower.
What's getting in the way now?
Habit. She's so used to protecting herself that the habit of it, there's no need for it, but it's habit. The willpower, the lack of willpower is a habit because it's a habitual allow herself comfort. That's the willpower is the comfort. The lack of willpower is used for comforting. It's different than the protection, but it leads to the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the lack of willpower allows her to comfort. So she needs to find a better way to comfort herself, and that will give her willpower back. So if she finds a new comfort spot, something to fill that comfort void.
Like what? What should she use?
What should she use to fill that? It could be as simple as taking a bath. It could be as simple as walking and exercising. I know. Dancing. Dancing would be a really good one for her.
Yeah? But she likes to dance.
Not anymore.
But she did.
Yeah.
And it brought her comfort.
Yes. That was it.
Okay.
And she knows that one. She forgets that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told her. I told her many times.
Yeah.
She knows that one.
She's not listening, huh?
She forgets.
Why does she forget?
It's easier to forget than to face the issues.
Yeah, facing issues can be cause a lot of discomfort.
It is, yes. So, yeah.
So dancing.
Yeah.
That's good.
That would do it for her.
Does any of this weight stuff, I noticed that when we were talking about it towards the end, that it seems like some of the time frame revolved around her mother.
She had a lot of depression from losing her mom.
Yeah.
Guilt that she should have done more to help her.
Okay.
It was her time. Her mom knew she was going. She didn't prepare her for enough.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
So is that somehow linked to the life you showed her as well too then? She mentioned the guilt for not doing more.
Her mom was her wife.
I see.
So that's the continuation. That's the repeated lesson. Yeah. That's
were there any other people in her life now that were with her?
Nobody of significance. Not in that one, no.
Is there anything else that you think would be helpful for her to know while she's in this state?
Another thing I tell her all the time, love. She knows that one too. It's just a hard one for her. Just
to love?
To love. To just love people as they are. Just she doesn't show enough affection. So show affection to everybody. What the hell?
Okay.
You know, and I tell her that she's got to remember it.
Why doesn't she?
Remembering is a hard thing for her.
She forgets to show love. Is that what you mean? Or
She forgets. Yeah. She forgets everything. She forgets a lot of things, not everything, but she has a lot of forgetfulness, and the forgetfulness is because she doesn't want to face her past.
right.
Because so if you forget, then you don't have to face the past.
Yeah.
So once she faces the past, then she'll stop forgetting things.
What does this have to do with affection?
Well, that's what stopped the affection is what's happened to her in the past.
Mm-hmm.
She's blocked it off.
So that made her stop being affectionate.
Yes.
But she doesn't need to hold on to any of that anymore.
Nope.
So when she lets go,
it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Just that simple.
She needs a reminder now to just show affection to everyone.
Yes.
Where should she start?
Well, as soon as she sees her husband, that would be a really good start.
Okay.
And her kids, she's gonna, start with them. The best place to show it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said love first. Are you meaning that in affection, or are you meaning something different?
To feel it.
Okay. She doesn't feel love either. How long has that been the case?
As long as she can remember. It's just kind of funny that you know that somebody wanted you so much that they adopted you, but then didn't want you.
That was how she felt.
Yes. That was it.
Why did all of that play out that way for her in this life? So far.
I'm getting forgiveness. She's not only got to forgive them, she's got to forgive herself.
Forgiving her parents?
Yes.
By them?
Yes, her parents. She's got to forgive her parents, her brother.
And you're not talking about her birth parents. You're talking about her adopted
Her adopted parents, yeah. Yeah. Her birth parents were the ones who provided the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to.
So her adoptive parents were a part of this for her to learn to forgive.
Well, yeah, forgive them, forgive herself. It seems like she's forgiven them, but she has a hard time forgiving herself.
For what?
For not loving. Why is it not loving? Why would a child need to forgive themselves for not loving?
Is that something she brought forward also?
Yes. That's it.
And it seems like usually what I've come across is when something's happening to someone so young, usually it's come from somewhere else.
Yep. Yep, it was previous life, not the one we just talked about. It was another
Mhm.
one. And she was the one that was withholding love from others who needed it.
So she was shown a family that withheld that and then also needed to forgive herself.
Yes.
I see.
Yep, that's what it was.
But she knows that now she doesn't need any of that.
No.
So you feel like she'll be able to feel love now?
Yes.
How will she know?
The reactions that people will have to her, previously, she held them at a distance, and so they would have a reaction to her as if they were afraid she didn't like them, even though it wasn't that she didn't like them. They felt that barrier, so they felt like she didn't like them.
Yeah.
But once she brings that barrier down, allows herself to just love everyone,
She's also going to feel it.
they're going to reciprocate
Yeah.
that feeling. And she'll know immediately.
That will be beautiful.
Yes.
And she'll see it and feel that right away?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Probably when she goes home and shows affection to her husband.
Yes.
Is there anything else you feel like you need her to know while she is in this state?
No, I think that's it.
Why'd you bring her here today?
Because I knew you could help her. There is few chances of anybody else getting her to this point. She's a tough nut to crack.
It sounds like she had some barriers.
Yes.
And she'll feel that.
Oh, yeah. She's feeling it right now. She's noticing it.
Thank you for bringing her here.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do to help?
No, we're good.
Thank you again for being here.